Hi, I'm Starry, and in this video, I'm going to share time-saving tips for comic artists you'll wish you knew sooner. Sequential art requires repetition, design, editing, and lots of time. Thankfully, Clip Studio Paint offers many ways to streamline our efforts. First things first, setting up your workspace. Let me go through the various tool windows I have set up for sequential art. First, I have my quick access panel, which we'll get into in a minute, my auto actions, and my materials. I have my subtool window, my history panel, and align and distribute. I like to work in manga style, so I have a manga gray color set down here. And I also have the approximate color palette. I have my story page and my page manager, my tool property window, layer properties, my layers split into two panes. I have my image materials over here and my item bank. I've also customized my command bar with my simple gradient and some tools that I know I'll use over and over again. It can be nice to have certain tools available on the command bar because with a full quick access set like this, sometimes you don't want to scroll through all of your options. So it's nice to have them available at a click. When you've set up your workspace the way you like, make sure to register it by going into Window, Workspace, and Register Workspace, and give it a name. Now, when you want to work on your comics, you can just open up your sequential art workspace and all of your windows will be ready for you. I go into a lot more depth on customizing your workspace in this video, so check it out. The link will be in the description. Being a solo sequential artist, it's like being a 5-star Michelin chef making food for thousands of people out of your home, and if you don't organize your kitchen, you'll have a really hard time finding the things you need. And without your tools and ingredients ready to go, you'll have a lot of hungry and frustrated customers. Alright, let's take a look at the quick access set I've put together. You might feel a little overwhelmed by all the things I have in here. And yes, it did take a little while to set it up. But once you have your quick access set, it will make it so much easier to edit and adjust your comic as you're working. If you don't know, you can right-click in your quick access set and you can add menu commands such as the page manager and specific page, so I can find the exact page that I want to work on. I've customized my text tool to have a wrap text option with my fonts, which we'll get into in a little bit. I've created some auto actions like rasterize text and center text to balloon, which you can also add to your quick actions. I've made sure that I've added my frame border tools, as well as my operation tool, which allows me to adjust those frames, and the control point tool so that I can adjust my frames. Much of sequential art is graphic design, and having your align and distribute options available to you quickly will make it much easier. I've also added different align styles to my quick access, such as using the canvas or the alignment objects. I've added a perspective ruler, my drawing tools, including the continuous curve tool, which is a vector option for creating lines, similar to the pen tool in Illustrator. I've added a manga gradient and some focus lines, as well as access to correction layers. And I've added convert lines to tones, and I created a auto action that will convert a photo to tone. I've had my speech balloons and balloon tails, some selection and masking options, and some fill options, convert layer to file object. Obviously, your quick access set might look different depending on your workflow, but hopefully this gets you thinking about how you can streamline your process. And hey, if this tutorial helps you, please be sure to like and subscribe, and let me know down in the comments what tutorials you'd like to see next. Okay, now let's take a look at customizing your text. You can create duplicates of the default tools and make adjustments to them. For example, I've created a wrap text option with the Clip Studio Comic Bold font at a 14.8 size. It aligns to the center, and it wraps text at frame, and it makes sure that the text color is black rather than whatever is selected in my foreground or background color. But the tool property window is only the surface level of what you can do in customizing your text. If you click this wrench icon, it'll show the subtool detail window. Now you can change all kinds of things like the kerning, the character spacing, and how condensed the text is. You can also change the line spacing, where the text appears in the frame when you're typing, what the default alignment is, what text direction you can use, if you want to use circular text, and how the text transforms. So when I use my Wrap Text tool, when I click and drag, it creates a text box. It starts writing from the center top, and it will naturally wrap the text within the box. Using the Wrap Text function is so much easier to align to your speech bubble. Make sure to start your text on a separate layer from your balloon so that you can align it after you create it. Create your text box within the bounds of your balloon and go ahead and write out your text. Go ahead and adjust your text box to the size of your text. Because this is a text layer, you can't align it. However, if you duplicate it, and then you rasterize the duplicated layer, you can now align it to your balloon. If I Control-click my balloon and my text options, I then go into my alignment and make sure that Use Alignment Object as base is selected. I can then align horizontal centers and vertical centers. And voila! My text is centered to my balloon. You'll probably also want to create a folder to contain your text balloon. Always keep your original text layer so that if you want to go back in and change anything, you still have a text layer that you can adjust. Your rasterized layer will not be able to be edited. Keep in mind you can create as many subtools of your text option as you want. So if you have a particular font you want for maybe some angry dialogue, you can create a specific subtool for that style font. Go crazy with it and make it as customized as you like. If you work with Clip Studio Paint, you probably love the materials options. So in the interest of keeping with our organization, let's go ahead and create a folder that contains all of our favorite assets. You can simply right-click and create a new folder. Then you can drag and drop any assets you might want into your folder. Now keep in mind, they will be taken out of their original placement. However, this makes it so much easier to access your favorite assets at a glance. If you prefer, you can add your assets to your favorites list if you don't want to create a folder. Within your comic assets, you can create additional nested folders if you want to organize further. For example, if you want to create a folder for your tones or your 3D assets or anything else that you need. Now, when you create your frames, you can simply drag and drop your assets right into your frames. Such a huge time saver. If you didn't know how to adjust your frame options, you'll need your operations tool, and with your frame layers selected, now you can change all kinds of options, like the brush size or width of the frame, the color of the frame, and even the brush shape. Make sure that you have your snapping tools enabled while you're working with your frames, so that when you are applying your frames, they will automatically snap to the template guidelines on your canvas. If we use the Polyline frame, you can see that the lines will snap automatically to the edges. If you want to create a 45-degree horizontal or vertical line, just hold Shift on your keyboard. To complete your Polyline frame, make sure that you see this little circle appear on your cursor. That means that the vector shape will be completed. If you want to adjust the shape of your frame, you can use the Correct Line option. Then when you click your frame and you mouse over the vector lines, you'll see these control points appear in red. You can then adjust them as you like. That's it for this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope it was helpful. Please be sure to check out my tutorial playlists and like, share, and subscribe to help the channel grow. I'll see you again soon.